It is the 24th going into the 25th of June 2013. And right here you are seeing some video coming out of Singapore and one of the strongest storms that have hit the city in quite some time. And actually the last time you saw some of this white stuff come from the sky, which is hail, up to quarter size in some cases, was in 2008. The storm also brought some damaging winds as well in this video coming out of Singapore. And I just want to be quiet for a second so you can really hear what this person has to say about the winds right there and his commentary on how strong they really are.
Oh my, this is like a hurricane. My window just blown out just now. I just managed to lock it. And this is, I think this is a hurricane speed wind. Guys, do take care. Please bring in your clothes, and this is the most terrible wind I've ever seen in Singapore. Gosh, what the time now is 2:54 p.m. 25th June 2013.
Not only Singapore though, also over towards Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur we saw some of strong storms in the area there. Now nothing as strong as we saw in Singapore, but still some storms popping up due to this shift in the winds, really the relaxing of that southwest monsoonal flow across the area. Now what caused these storms to become stronger than normal? Well, there is some theories on the table actually seen on Twitter, which was trending for some time, that cloud seeding in Indonesia may have caused it. Now, right now, the NEA is taking the stance that that has not occurred. I think more likely is the fact of the haze in the atmosphere. It actually, causes these storms to become a little bit stronger than normal. If you go to the website and check out this article on the screen here, you can get the full details on that. But pretty rare to see hail 2 degrees away from the equator. It's very tropical, and you need a shallow freezing level to see that. So some of these storms were very strong. Now, like I said, there was a shift in the winds. Typically, we've been seeing these winds coming from the southwest. Well, today, as you can see here on the satellite imagery, they're actually pouring in from the northeast. Well, that eased off that smoke, but it also brought in some moisture in there from the South China Sea and triggered up a few of these thunderstorms. Are we going to see this problem again? Well, it is going to ease off. I think there is still the risk here going through Wednesday, because there's just still light winds in the area here, and the sea breeze definitely is going to kick up, and there's still the chance of some strong storms again across much of central Malaysia, even over towards Singapore. But as we go into Thursday, those southwesterly winds kick back in. They start to bring that dry air. And by that point, we're going to be seeing, improving conditions across this area as far as the weather in the atmosphere. Unfortunately, that's just going to make the haze situation bad yet again once those winds start to come back in. So you're getting a little break from it, but it is going to start to pour around much of Malaysia and Singapore. The good news is that actually I've seen the latest, Indonesia has dispatched upwards about 4,000 to 5,000 military and police members out there to try to combat these wildfires. So that's really the good news with it. But let's look a little bit farther towards the east. As this southwesterly monsoon starts to pick back up, we're going to start to see rain showers push in across northern portions of the Philippines as well. And not to mention, look at that low pressure here spinning just towards the east of Visayas and Mindanao. That's quite interesting because it is a low pressure area in the tropics. It has winds around it between about 15 to 20 knots, and it just continues to linger there, and it actually sits in that same spot going out through Friday. Doesn't really get his act together, but that is going to push some moisture onshore. If we pull up the MSL at the same time here, just towards the east of the Philippines, you can see that moisture coming onshore. Visayas, I do think that there is a risk of some heavy showers in some isolated areas here. Even over there towards Cebu, you could be seeing the risk of flooding as that low pressure area just kind of chills, and it's just going to push some moisture onshore. And every time we see that, we see the risk of flooding and even landslide. And on the bigger picture satellite imagery, you can see that cloud cover from our low pressure area just spinning out there. Now, do I think it's going to intensify? There is a risk of that actually becoming a very, very, very weak tropical depression. But as you can see here, look at all of this dry air around it. I mean, let's take a look actually at the water vapor image. And there's just so much dry air to work into the system, and that's going to not allow it to develop. Nonetheless, as it does sit there, though, it is still going to push that moisture onshore. Now, let's take a look at this water vapor imagery as well, because across much of southern and central China and eastern China, actually, Guangdong off towards Fujian and into Huangshi province, you have just been getting some tremendous amount of rainfall, and the forecast, unfortunately, looks like more there across much of central and eastern China. Taking a look at the vorticity chart, you can actually still see these areas in the reds and the yellows, which is indicating that upward vertical motion. And then looking out with the GFS model here, we can see here going through Tuesday. Actually, this is Tuesday right here across much of South Korea, with those rain showers extending across through much of the Yangtze River Basin. And then that low pressure area over towards South Korea, that's actually going to continue to develop, move across Kyushu, and extend over much of central Japan going through Wednesday evening. If you're in Tokyo, there's going to be some heavy showers with this one as it pushes overhead. Even if we pull up the Cape, there's a little bit of higher Cape indices here, which could indicate some of those, well, those stronger severe storms. But the severe stuff really looks like it's going to be reserved down there towards the south. Across Hainan, you got higher Cape levels into northern Taiwan. And if some of these storms pop up in there in and around much of, well, the southern Japanese islands, you could see a few stronger storms. Let's not even look farther towards the south and take this to the next level. This is going through Wednesday afternoon. Look at those indices also across much of, well, Malaysia. Now, typically you do see that down there in the tropics, the cloud cover, the storms get higher because there's just more atmosphere to do so. But let's take a look at the GFS in this way. From Finnmark, you can see those showers, that low pressure area developing as it pushes over Japan, those showers coming with it. Still the lingering front that's going to be extending across much of central and eastern China, where I forgot to mention, you do not need any more. We've been seeing a serious flooding out here. Link down below for full information on that, because it has been quite bad in a few areas here. And then, well, extending out to the weekend, it slowly tapers off. So good news there. But for now, at least throughout the rest of the work week, showers, much of western, central Japan, Yangtze River Basin, few scattered thunderstorms in and around the Okinawa area, all due to that stationary boundary continuing to extend overhead pretty long as well. I mean, take a look at this from JMA. It extends all the way from central China all the way out to the Aleutian Islands. I mean, that is the rainy season front. The other area we're going to continue to watch is that low pressure area, and of course, the haze there into Malaysia and also across Indonesia. That's more of a text update scenario though, so please go to the website, check that out. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them down into the comment box below. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.